Well, I think the biggest opportunity of this concept of the end of ownership in the water and sanitation sector is very much related with sharing risk. So far, there's a lot of all the manufacturers, all the donors, all the NGOs put the risk of failure into the hands of the communities and consumers and households in the case of sanitation. And by bringing in this idea that you are actually responsible for the performance and for the service, you bring a shared risk between the manufacturer and the clients and the customers. So I think the biggest challenge in the application of the concept of end of ownership, this is happening in places where there is no regulation. Rural water supply is not regulated, and therefore private regulation and private arrangements can start to be made. I think it's a risk that this happens in places without formal public regulation, because we need to keep ensuring that human rights for water and sanitation are respected, and that affordability is respected, and that consumers can still access water and sanitation.
Okay, so what is the biggest opportunity to introduce the service models? I think two levels. For planet means, I think the Earth is a closed system. That means what we have, we do have, and we have to take care for it. In the old system, we just throw things away, but if it's a service, then things are coming back. So we keep what we have. For the customer, it's a big advantage because now he has the upfront cost to pay for the product. In the future, he's just paying for the service. So that means that in the future, people, they can have, for example, a water pump or a toilet, because it's service-based and they don't have the upfront cost to pay the whole product. The biggest challenge is for the producer company. They have to realize, okay, I can't transfer the risk, but I have to take the responsibility. I have to design the product in a different way. I need different materials, because if the customer doesn't want the service anymore, the product is coming back to me. And then I'm confronted with the consequences of my decisions. And I think this is a big challenge.
Well, my name is Saskia Reus. I work for Africa Funded, and we run the incubator program of Aqua for All. We found it really inspiring to talk with an expert in circular economy and service models, and also because he explained that you don't need to look for the answers within a certain industry, but look for the best practices outside to find the best solution. So don't ask a manufacturer for steel, for a roof of steel, look for a roller coaster company, because they really have efficient ways to transport a roller coaster, so they can build a more efficient system. And I think if you look to developing countries, reducing the purchasing costs for the poor and transforming it to a service fee is really an opportunity to increase more access to, for example, sanitation. And there we need to look in what kind of models work and how we can make them scale, and who will finance these assets who are locally in these slums at the consumer. So I think we have challenges, but there are a lot of opportunities we can look into and to make this work.
I'm Gert de Bruyne. And I'm working as a freelance consultant for the NWP, Netherlands Water Partnership. And my task is to be a special advisor to the embassy, Dutch embassy in Ghana, on water and sanitation. And I work half-time for the Netherlands Red Cross on the innovation and sanitation programs. What was most striking today for me, that although it was presented as a new concept, that we have already quite a number of examples from where this issue of non-ownership or service delivery is working. And particularly I was amazed that we forget easily that our water system and sanitation service provision is based on a similar approach, namely we don't own anything of the infrastructure. At the same time we get services, we pay for the services, and we are very happy with it.
My name is Joanna Baumer and I work for myself. I'm an editor-writer and my company is called Pelagia Communications. My main takeaway message today is that I already know about the theory of the circular economy, and I was really interested in hearing how it applies to the wash sector. But for myself, I know now for sure that as soon as any of my apparatuses or car or whatever at home break, I will be leasing and I will be joining the circular economy.